And we're back, Thanks to Sank TV. I am your host, B. Look, if you want more information about Thanks to Sank TV, please feel free to contact us at www.thanks2sanktv.com. So, Charlie T, you were telling us about energy. You were telling us about all these great things that you're spitting out in the universe. What advice do you have for someone who's up and coming in this music industry?
Don't stop. That's
Get it.
To be honest, that's the most consistent answer I've heard. Like, don't stop. Because
Okay.
what happens is, it's like you get annoying, or somebody gets annoyed with you knocking on the door, so they come to see who's knocking.
You know who said that? DJ Khaled. He said he was so annoying, he would knock on everyone's door, go to them. They would tell him, no, no, no. And he kept going, till he was a nuisance. He was really a nuisance. But look at him now. So that's pretty good advice. So have you ever had the urge to stop?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I mean, when you have to, still work your job, things don't pop when, you want them to pop.
Right.
It's like, it's those times where you feel like quitting, and it sounds cliche.
Right.
But when you really listen or see somebody who said it and, they still persevered, it's like, dang, just try. Just keep trying.
Yeah, tell us about that side, because oftentimes we see the stories. We see, okay, this person is now this big mega star, but we don't hear that, okay, this person had a regular, normal 9 to 5 before they made it. So a lot of times, people who are in the industry are up and coming, they feel like, okay, I'm just going to do what I got to do, push the music out there, and then I blow up. But it doesn't necessarily work like that, right? You got to respect the process.
You got to respect the process. I mean, whatever the process is.
Right.
And I say that because, not to say that there aren't main steps, such as making a song, getting it copyrighted and all these other things. But at the same time, how it's done and who you have to go through, those things vary all the time.
Right.
And, it's not to be, not to say like, oh, I don't need your help or anything like that, because I always, welcome help. You feel me? But sometimes it's always not the best help.
Right. So in addition to that, a lot of people are going independent. They're doing their own thing because they want all of their coins, right? They want to keep the bag for themselves, the money, right? So what advice do you give people that? Because that, I mean, although it sounds great, right, for you to have everything. However, that process in itself is a long, hard process.
It is. And I would say for anybody who thinks about doing it, it's like, okay, you have all your money. Then when you think about all the things you have to do, it's like, what are you willing to pay for? What are you willing to save your money for?
Right.
Give the people their money. I mean, and I mean, like, the photographers, videographers, and stuff like that. And everybody has different prices and stuff. I'm not saying you have to go out there and pay some crazy price.
Right.
But know that you have to pay for something.
Yes.
And once you can understand you have to pay for at least something, you're willing to go out there and invest and do the things that you need to do. And I think that's the start.
So you believe in investing in yourself?
Yeah, it's an investment. I mean, if it's something that you want to do and you're working on other people's clocks and times to do something that you want to do, you're investing your time, I believe, if you see it that way, to go do something that you don't want to do for yourself.
So what is your advice for people who have made it and then unfortunately, financially, they're not quite there yet because of contractual clauses?
Oh, man, well, you definitely got to read. And I mean, not to say that like you're just going to read it and understand, but you read it to try and understand. And what you don't understand, you go ask the question to somebody who does or who has experience. And in the long run, you create that ladder for yourself. You give people their props and credit. It makes people feel good when you actually go to a lawyer or go to somebody who's went to school or who studied that. Not to say they went to school, but who's just taking the time to learn it. And it just comes back to you. It's like what you put in it. If you want to know something, somebody will come and tell you something.
So how did you find out first that you know how to sing? Like who told you? Like, what was that experience like? When did you get that aha epiphany moment?
I guess, well, I used to sing in the church, and you kind of get, people will tell you that you can't sing, but when you start off young, it's like they encourage you to sing.
Right.
So if you can sing, somebody may tell you a little bit more than, not to say other kids or anything like that, but you may just hear it a little bit more often than you might have heard somebody else get it, the compliment or something like that. And, I try not to compete or compare myself because it's not a competition.
You compete against yourself.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Could you give us a snippet?
Oh, of course. Well, I have a single which I could give y'all a snippet of called Higher Frequency that is on the Chemist EP that is getting ready to come out. So I'll give y'all a snippet of that. Excuse me. I performed it already, but it's not released yet. So.
Okay.
Seeing how we're gazing, the feeling so amazing. Somewhat of a chasing, should I go and make a move? So what are we waiting for? I'm trying to understand what you want, but I'ma be patient till you show me what to do. Your frequency makes me believe you wanna see what things could be, but you're uncertain. Oh, oh, oh. Then it goes into the hook.
Okay.
Appreciate it. So that's, it's a little single, whatnot.
That, I mean, it was just a little something,
little something. So.
That was, see, this is why we have him on our show.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Big ups to y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Look, you guys better stick and stay with us, because when we come back, he's going to tell you where you can locate him for any bookings or any future information that you may want from him. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.